Hey, it's Jeff Wiseman here in Park City, and this is going to be a video on OysterShell Scale. Oyster shell, like you would eat an oyster out of. Scale as in what you would stand on to weigh yourself. Google it. It's a very nasty bug, and it attacks, for me primarily, my aspen trees. And it's hard to get rid of, and everything I've read online says there's certain times of the year that they're active and you gotta get them. So bottom line is, I'm gonna show you what I got, and you can watch me attack them with everything I know of and I can do, and hopefully I can save my aspens and help you save yours. So first off, let me show you what this looks like. This is one of my big aspen trees in front, and last year I had none of these on there. There we go. See these things? That is the OysterShell Scale. And as you can see, they cover the trunks and over here the branches of the tree. They will suck the life out of the tree through the bark. Focus, there you go. And they go out on the branches and they kill it. So here's my deal. I first noticed it, did a bunch of Google homework, and I found out this dormant spray oil. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is from Amazon. I saw it at Home Depot in a smaller bottle, but it is basically, focus, mineral oil. 98% mineral oil. When I first noticed this, I sprayed that on there, and I think it stopped a bunch of my OysterShell Scale. And then I even climbed up on the trees with a wire brush, and I know that's not good. And I started knocking it off because it bugged me. And I read online that you can knock it off with a Brillo pad or brush. And as you can see, let's see here, get some more focus on here. It will come off. You can knock it off if it bugs you, and it bugged me. The bugs bugged me. But this is now the 11th of September, 9/11, and in the last 3 weeks I have sprayed this horticulture spray on my trees twice, and I'm really concerned it's not doing me any good. So I now have hired Buck from, I want to say, Greenleaf here in Park City. He's the only one that I've talked to that seemed to be knowledgeable about this stuff, and he's coming out tomorrow with a sprayer and a systemic herbicide or pesticide or whatever it's called, and his sprayer has got enough reach to get up 40-50 feet into my trees. So where I was spraying the dormant oil on here on these trees, I think it helped, but from what I've read online is you've got to spray the dormant oil at a specific time of the year when these things are crawling. Right now, let's see if the focus is getting it. These are coming off pretty easy. I can almost wipe them off. I think that's new bugs because they have not dug their teeth into the bark permanently. But over here on the back side, yeah, I don't think the light's showing up well on there because we're in the shade of the sun. But here, I'll focus on there. They're thick, and some of those don't come off easily. So, seriously, I could walk you around my whole yard, and I probably got 100 trees, anywhere from a foot in diameter to less than an inch in diameter, of where these are attacking. Check this out. This tree here, all the way up the tree. This tree I had personally scrubbed down up until about right up there. I don't think I get any further than that. Standing on my ladder last year, and now they're back. And you can see them here on the branches. Let's see if we can get even closer, almost macro-ish. Yeah, it looks like that might show up pretty good. How it's killing the branch. This tree here. Well, as you can see, I've got aspens all over the place, and they are attacking all of them. The trees further out over there, they have fewer of these scale on there than my trees closer to my house. Now what I've read online is these put out eggs. They're females and they put out eggs, and they're asexual reproduction. They lay eggs over the winter, or they're called overwintering eggs. I don't know what that means. But when the eggs hatch, supposedly there's a 10-day period in June. Okay, what part of the country, what elevation? Everybody's plants don't turn, everybody's bugs don't start moving at that same time in June. So I'm at 7,000 feet here in Park City. The stuff they're writing about online might be happening right now in August. But this tree here was infested with them last year. And I scrubbed the crap out of it. And I think this is the tree I used this wire brush on it. And you can see I'm getting bark damage on it now. But this I know is my new stuff, because this right here was clean at the beginning of the summer. So I'm hoping these bugs here, I'm kind of hoping that these are dead because I've hit them with my horticulture spray, which is designed to choke them out. I've done that twice, but nonetheless, my problem was I had no way to spray 30-40 feet up into the tree, so I'm only getting the bottom part of the trees. This tree, not even 2 inches in diameter. Fresh OysterShell Scale. And this tree, the leaves are turning brown, they're dying. Healthy aspen trees turn colors in Park City. They don't go from green to brown. Buck from Greenleaf here in Park City. I'll put his information down in the description. They're going to spray my whole yard, all my trees. But some of these trees, like these over here, very little, if any, signs of scale. So here's a new growth on the tree, no bugs on it. So what Buck said, what we're looking for is going to be on the new growth come springtime and the summer, that the new growth, as it grows out, will have no new bugs on it and won't get any new bugs on it. That's what we're hoping for. So that's going to be the test of whether this works. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my neighbor's house across the street from me. See, I'd been noticing from across the street that some of their trees just didn't look real healthy. So I came across the street and, yeah, this tree here doesn't have much live growth on it. This one here is just about dead, if it's not completely dead. Yeah, it's dead. And on the branches all the way up, not so much on the trunk, they've got the OysterShell Scale on there. A lot of their trees, especially the ones that are dead or dying, watch this, are covered. Look at this. All the way up over here. This right here flakes off pretty easy, but these over here are black. So I think those black ones are from last year. And there's one trunk. Ooh, here's another one. I've been showing my neighbor this stuff, so this is a repeat for me for video. But you can see that discoloring stuff all the way up the tree. But check out this trunk right here. ASSpens Scale. And this is what we've been knocking off on here, doing my demo walkthrough with the Buck, the tree guy, and my neighbor Jim next door, because I don't want his trees to get this, and I don't want to infect his trees or have his trees infect me after I'm treated. So OysterShell Scale, do your homework. That's all the way up the branches, all the way up out to the ends on this tree. Again, I think this is a relatively new stuff to Park City. My tree guy that's spraying tomorrow said he's seeing this more and more. More this year than he saw last year. And for what it's worth, full disclosure, he thinks it's the global warming is helping to facilitate this. And by that, what he meant was, in a normal Park City winter, the days are a little bit colder for more days, and those minus 20 degree days will kill this stuff. So here we are off my second floor balcony. So I am standing 15 feet up off the ground right here, and that is my OysterShell Scale. And it's climbing its way up and out the branches. Zoom in and focus. There it is. And so I got tall ceiling, there's my roof line, and my aspens are up above it. I got no way of spraying up there. So even if that horticulture spray from Home Depot was all I needed, I wouldn't have any way of spraying up there. Sorry for the shitty camera work, but there we go. And well, here, now that I'm looking at it, I can see my new growth kind of starts right here. Oops, zoom out. Now that we're looking at it, I can kind of see new growth starting right here. And there's not much up on this, because I kind of hit this pretty good with that dormant spray last year, or at the spring or the summer. But they're all coming back. And I'm dead set that I'm gonna get this stuff. This ain't gonna get me. Tomorrow I'm going to try to be here when Buck sprays the trees, but in all reality that video's not that important, mainly because I'll in a pickup truck with a power sprayer, spraying a liquid up on top of the trees and soaking all my trees in the ground. And then any interview I might do with Buck about this. The subsequent videos after that, let's call them number 3 and beyond, we'll do a few weeks or days after the spraying, maybe even around October, November, when we start getting our first snowfalls. Do an update in the middle of the winter. And then as the winter starts to thaw out and springs come on, that's where we're going to be looking to see what's happening. And there's a subsequent spray that Buck is already telling me that we're going to do in the spring. And he's hoping that between these two, that might be all we need. But I got a feeling, big sigh, this is going to be an ongoing thing for a couple of years at least. Maybe it'll be once a season, but let's see. So stay tuned. Please subscribe for the updates. So Jeff Wiseman from Park City. See ya.